And those who identify as male giving birth doesn't make you less of a man.
Wow, that's a big belly. Can men get pregnant? No. But some trans men can get pregnant, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Some of the trans men getting pregnant, they call themselves Seahorse dads. Because as you know, in the Seahorse world, it's the male that carries the babies. So they're trying to validate their experience and trying to validate their manhood by comparing them to a seahorse. I have a lot of mixed feelings when it comes to trans men carrying their own children, so let's watch some TikToks and react. Well, that's cute. No matter what, this is the biological mother of the child, and no surgeries, no hormones can ever change that fact.
Some of y'all act like having kids ruins your life. My kids saved mine.
That person is comfortable breastfeeding? Why did that make me feel dysphoric? It's not me in the video. I mean, that's how I feel about this topic. It must be the most dysphoria-inducing thing. I got top surgery for a reason, and many trans men get top surgery for a reason. So the idea that someone is touching them, no matter if it's natural or not, makes me feel really uncomfortable as a trans man.
I can't believe what women put their bodies through just to give birth. You do know that women aren't the only ones that carry children and give birth, right? What do you mean? Only women have the body parts necessary to carry children and give birth.
Many people who carry children and give birth do not identify as women.
Transmasculine and non binary individuals give birth as well.
It doesn't matter how you identify. Biology is biology. You're not debunking. Only women can give birth by talking about how people identify.
A person is not required to give up their choice or their ability to give birth just because they transition.
And those who identify as male giving birth doesn't make you less of a man.
That's debatable. Being a man, it's not a spectrum. Either you're a man or you're not a man. But if we're talking about in the trans world, I would definitely question your gender dysphoria or like your transness, whatever you want to call it.
Of course, not all transmasculine or non binary people want or choose to give birth, but for those who do, that should be respected.
There's a difference between respecting that some are doing that and then being critical of their trans identity.
A person's gender identity is not determined by the body parts they do or do not have.
And also remember, trans masculine people are not trying to be cisgender men.
Yes, we are. I mean, we will never be it, but that's the whole point of transitioning. I did not go on testosterone or change my legal documents to male, get a flat chest, and remove my reproductive system if I didn't want to appear as if I were a male in society. And I'm far the only trans person with this experience. It's kind of the definition of being a transsexual.
So, yes, women do give birth, but so do some men and non binary people.
And what do they have in common? They're all biological females. I feel so dumb that I have to clarify it or even have to say it. We all know. It's such an obvious truth. Wow, that's a big belly. Oh. I mean, whatever makes people happy, do you.
One of the most commonly asked questions I receive is if and when I'm having another baby. And I wish people asked me how I'm doing as often as they asked me if I'm having another baby, because I'm still trying to survive the hormonal changes of having the first one.
I cannot even imagine what the body is going through. I mean, a female body on testosterone for years is off testosterone for a while, on estrogen, and the body is giving birth. Like, holy moly, that's a lot of hormonal changes. Is this unhealthy? Like, from a medical standpoint, is this an unhealthy decision? Is it dangerous? I would like to know.
Hey, wow, there's some people want to know what a seahorse dad is. Should we tell them? Yeah, so a seahorse dad is oftentimes a trans male or a trans masculine person who has carried their own baby. Yeah, because male seahorses are actually the ones who carry the baby and give birth to all the offspring, which is why oftentimes you'll see me tag seahorse dad or sporting seahorses. This is my seahorse baby.
Oh, the hiccups. That's so cute. I know that they don't think that they're literally a seahorse. It's a way for them to still feel like they're men by rejecting the biological element of the pregnancy. As I said before, me acknowledging the truth about my situation. I acknowledge that I'm a biological female and I live as a man, but I'm not one. It improved my mental health drastically. So whenever I see stuff like this, I wonder, how are they feeling? Because the point of this video is not to make fun of people doing this. I just care about people's mental health. And I wish everyone had an amazing mental health. I just don't think it's healthy for trans men, mentally and physically, to do the most female thing in the world, to give birth. I think it's a lot more dark than what we see on TikTok. We weren't there.
Cool question. So I said in a previous video that I didn't feel that my uterus is female, which is true, I don't. So why would I take testosterone? And here's the thing. I don't feel my uterus is female. For me, it just feels like a natural part of my body because I don't have dysphoria around that area, but some people do, and so they have a hysterectomy. For me, my body before testosterone gave me dysphoria, so I took testosterone to masculinize. But not everybody does. Somebody can be trans and never take testosterone. They can still be trans, still feel entirely like a man or non-binary, and their body is fine the way it is. They don't need to change it.
If you don't have any desire to change your body, you're not trans. And how can you as a transsexual not feel dysphoric about your reproductive system that literally determines your biology? The last video I want to show you, I don't want to play the audio because it's really bad, but this trans man, he gave birth and he was asked, did you have gender dysphoria after the pregnancy? And he said no, and he's starting to feel gender fluid. So that kind of proves my point. It's almost impossible as a gender dysphoric biological woman to give birth. You have to be gender fluid, non-binary, whatever made up gender in order to do it. After doing research on this video, I discovered that many of these individuals, they gave birth in a bathtub. Bathtub, that's hard to say. They delivered naturally. It was just weird because they all have that in common. So leave a comment down below why you think that is. Thank you all for watching this video. Remember to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.